Hello and welcome to Buddhistdoor Global's weekly news review. I'm Dr. Justin Whitaker, Senior Correspondent for BDG. In this week's news, in Russia, planning is underway for a center for Buddhist higher education in Kalmykia. Telo Tulku Rinpoche, the head Lama of the Kalmyk people, met scholars from the Russian Buddhist Republic of Kalmykia on September 30th to discuss the possibility of establishing a center for Buddhist higher education. At the beginning of the 20th century, there were several centers for Buddhist higher learning in Kalmykia, which were destroyed during the Soviet period. During the meeting held at the central monastery at Kalmykia, the golden abode of Shakyamuni Buddha, Telo Rinpoche explained that the idea of creating such an educational institution had first been hatched some time ago, but the lack of specialist time and technical know-how did not allow the project to be implemented. Now, Telo Rinpoche said that the only thing that remains uncertain is the financial aspect. In the United States, Colorado's Shambhala Mountain Center has lost several buildings to a wildfire. The Shambhala Mountain Center, a Buddhist retreat center and pilgrimage site in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, was overrun by the Cameron Peak fire late last month. The center lost some buildings, but the Great Stupa and items enshrined inside it survived. According to reports from Center Director Michael Gaynor, the fire reached the center on September 26th. It was not immediately clear what damage the fire had caused, but over the days that followed, Gaynor and others were able to visit and assess the extent of the loss. By the 27th, it was clear that most of the main buildings had survived, while numerous smaller buildings were consumed in the fire, most of them situated on the periphery of the grounds. The center is raising funds as staff and volunteers further assess damage and needed cleanup. Core of Culture announces Mudra and the Diamond Spheres free online lecture series. Core of Culture, a not-for-profit organization dedicated to safeguarding intangible world culture and assisting the continuity of ancient dance traditions with a focus on Himalayan cultures and Buddhist ritual arts, has announced a 4-part online lecture series titled Mudra and the Diamond Spheres. The talks feature leading scholars and will be introduced by Dr. Donald Lopez of the University of Michigan, with moderation from Core of Culture Director Joseph Hausiel. Upcoming events will take place on the 14th, 21st, and 28th of October at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also online, the Dalai Lama has promoted the compassion of vegetarianism for World Animal Day. In a recorded message for World Animal Day, October 4th, His Holiness the Dalai Lama urged people around the world to move toward more compassionate and sustainable ways of living that rely less on the exploitation of animals. Speaking from his official residence in Dharamsala, northern India, the Tibetan spiritual leader likened animals to the ornaments of the world, lamenting the extreme exploitation of animals and the growing consumption of meat from industrial-scale livestock farms in countries such as the United States. The Dalai Lama explained that in recent years he had been actively encouraging Buddhist monasteries and Tibetan schools to serve more vegetarian meals, and added that more fruits and vegetables should be cultivated for them. World Animal Day traces its origins to 1925, and today it is a global event led and sponsored by the UK-based animal welfare charity, the Nature Watch Foundation. Indian archaeologists are resuming restoration of pagodas in Bagan, Myanmar, after a COVID-19 delay. The Archaeological Survey of India has resumed its work to restore pagodas in Bagan, Myanmar, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The work commenced in January but was suspended in April due to the coronavirus pandemic. The pagodas were damaged in a major earthquake in 2016, and India's Ministry of External Affairs has pledged to fund their restoration. Today, there are more than 2,200 pagodas, temples, monasteries, and other historical structures which were built between the 11th and 13th centuries on the plains of Bagan. And lastly, the 9th Kambelama has been elected in the Tuvan Republic of Russia. A new Kambelama, the most senior Buddhist monastic in the Tuva Republic, was elected in the capital, Kyzyl, on October 4th. Gaelic Natsil Dorju was appointed as the 9th Kambelama of the Tuvan people. Tuva's 8th Kambelama, Jampal Lodoi, passed away due to health complications related to COVID-19 on June 23rd in the Tuvan capital. He was enthroned on the 29th of November 2019 and served as a Kambelama for just 7 months. Since 1997, the Supreme Lama of the Buddhist Republic has been elected on a democratic basis, holding the position for a term of 5 years. The decision to hold an election was held at a meeting of the Sacred Assembly, which is the representative body of the Kambelama administration. The enthronement ceremony is planned for November. That is all for this week's BDG News Review. If you enjoy regular news videos delivered to you each week, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and share this video with friends. We appreciate your support and feedback in the comments below. Be sure to check out our website, Buddhistdoor.net, for these stories along with special coverage and features about Buddhism around the world.